So what we're going to do is when your bowl is upside down like this for 1 hour, it will get to the point where you can pop it right off of here and it will come right off and you'll be able to do this with it and it will hold. Now right now I'm looking at this and this is very flimsy, very rubbery because I just made it. It didn't firm up enough, but I wanted to show you this. I have one that's actually sat out for 1 hour. This one, I made it a little earlier, 1 hour ago. Now, I want you to notice something. Do you see the lines of the bowl? That's the reason why we cut it against the board, the wood. When I pushed it down, when it was up here, I noticed that right here, you can see the rim because the plastic was all under here and this rim made a line. What I'm going to do is trim it. When you trim, you don't use the stylus, you use the razor blade tool. And you trim it right along that line that's there. So it has a beautiful rim, very even. So let me trim this for you. And I'll show you the next step. The next step is so much fun. It's making a footing. There we go. Okay, I trimmed all the outside off. So now I have a very nice rim that's very round. Okay? What I'm going to do at this time is, even though this is firm and it's not flimsy and it's holding its form, I want to put it back on here when I'm doing my footing. Okay, a footing can be done in many ways. You could add a ball, a ball, a ball, a ball. You could do a square, like a dice, a cube, a cube, a cube, and a cube. You could do just 3, but don't do 2. It's not going to balance on 2. Or you can make and put a big coil around here, a pretty fat coil. You can do many designs. You can do fancy ornate legs. But my design that I'm going to show you is 4 cubes. And what I do is I start with some clay and I pinch off 4 balls of clay, all about basically the same size. That's the most important thing for you to do when you do your legs. Get your clumps of clay all the same size. Do 4 cubes and attach them and score them on. Okay, I would say that these are all basically the same size. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and roll my ball out, get it really super round. There's 1. 2. So my cubes, before I make them, I need to make balls. And I'm going to just show you a procedure of where I tap on the board to get them as cubes. I love this porcelain clay. It's so soft. Okay. I feel that these are basically all the same size. And yes, okay. What we're going to do here is, I'll show you the first one. I take it and I tap it onto the board. And I change and turn it so it has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the ends need to be square too. It's a basic cube shape, a basic cube form. Tap, tap, tap. And you can do all kinds of designs on here, push texture, make them all fancy. I'm going to show you some tricks. Ooh, they're looking pretty good so far. Tap it because it has, a cube has 6 sides. And you can perfect these just by tapping over and over again. Now I have my 4. What I'm going to do is I want to have them centered on here. So what I have here is a ruler and my slip. Very good. I noticed that my bowl from end to end is 7 inches. So at 3.5 inches, I'm going to mark it. 3.5 is the center, right here. This way, it is exactly 7, 3.5, it's the center, right there. So what I want to do is I want to have a leg here, and here, and here, and here. I will come out to 1 inch from this corner, 1 inch from the corner, 1 inch from the center there, and just make a little mark. Then what I want to do is I want to score 2 directions and score it really super well. The reason why we score is because we are creating friction, so that the piece that we're adding on, the additive, will stay and grab on to this scratched up area. And I always scratch larger than my additive, larger than it, because I can always go back and smooth out the lines after. If you have one little tiny area where you didn't score, it can open up. And in the kiln, the heat, it might pop it off. So we want to really, really score well. Okay, so I'm going back the other way. Crisscross applesauce. 2 different directions. Very good. And did you notice that I measured? Because I want them to be really neat. Now I score the bottom of my additive completely across, very, very well. Add a little bit of slip, and this slip is 50% water, 50% clay. It's our glue in ceramics. We just put it on there and push. Very nice. The next one. Crisscross applesauce, scratch it good. This is called scoring. Add some slip. A lot. I like to really sauce it up so it never falls off. Push it down.